Okay, so today I'm going to show you a really easy recipe that I like to do on days that are light and easy. Today is Monday, and in my household, Mondays is our day off of school. We homeschool. I am a mom of 8 children, and I homeschool 6 of my children. So on easy days, I like to make recipes that I can throw in the slow cooker or the oven early before it gets really, really hot and the day gets crazy and busy and dinner will be ready. Let's get started. Guy is in full force right now. Okay, so what I have in my roaster oven, I just threw it in here, was I have some chuck steak that I cut in half, where it's like chuck roast steak that I cut in half. We have a large family, so this is a total of 3 roasts just cut in half. I diced up some onions, and I've already sprayed, lightly sprayed of course, my slow cooker with cooking spray because it helps with cleanup. I do not like messy cleanup. I like easy cleanup and go. Okay, so for the ingredients, it is a ranch seasoning pack. I've got some salt, Worcestershire sauce, some granulated garlic, black pepper. For my beef, I love to use either herb of Provence or crushed rosemary. I just love the flavor that it gives. I have some steak seasoning, some beef broth, some paprika, 1 stick of Kerrygold's butter, and then the remaining stick from when I made my kids' lunch today. I'm going to throw that in there, and then I've got some baby carrots and some paprika, and that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is just put all my ingredients into the slow cooker. This will cook in here on high for about 3.5 hours or 4, give or take. I've got some errands to run, so I'm going to put it on high because this roast will take a little bit longer to cook. So I want to go ahead and make sure that dinner is ready. Okay, now I'm going to add the carrots. You can do potatoes. I'm not doing potatoes or celery. You can also do, if you wanted to do it like a stew, I use diced or petite tomatoes in the can. It gives it a really rich flavor. And so I'm just going to kind of give that just like a little stir right there. And that is it. Put the top on it for 4 hours on high, and it will be fork tender. Can't wait to show you the end result. Okay, so I've got the pot roast on. Now I'm going to, this was that big bag of potatoes from a previous grocery haul, that large 2-week grocery haul that I did. These are the remaining potatoes. I've made 3 meals out of this, and this makes meal number 4. So I love this 15-pound bag. You should get it even if you have a small family. They will last if you keep it. You can even probably, you know, if you don't eat a lot of potatoes, maybe store them in an area where they can stay fresh and not dry out. I don't know exactly how long these potatoes have been in the store, but I will tell you this, they have these pretty much, this brand versus the store brands last much longer than the other ones, because I bought store potatoes and have had them for a week, and they always start to sprout out to grow, and I keep them in a dark, cool place in my pantry on the floor. So I will say that this brand is definitely worth buying. You probably could, you know, cook up potatoes and freeze them, or make your own like breakfast potatoes or something like that. I don't know, but these are going to be for the mashed potatoes. All I'm about to do right now is peel them and get them ready, because I'm going to cook them in my Instant Pot, and they will be ready to go. They only take about 6 to 7 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes. I want them to cook all the way, so I'll probably do about 7 to 8 minutes. And yes, we're going to have delicious mashed potatoes. Got my potatoes diced up. I'm gonna leave them in water because potatoes will turn brown. And when I get ready to make them, when I get back home, I'll just drain them and put them in the Instapot and cook them, and then we'll make some potatoes. Okay, so I am back home from running my errands. My meat is tender and delicious and so flavorful. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So what I did was I just took out the pieces to make it easier for when I'm serving and making 10 plates. I can just scoop up some of the meat and gravy and veggies and give it to my family like that. What I did was, this is the after of how the juice and stuff looks after 3 roasts. And I still feel like I should have probably made more. It's enough, but I kind of wanted some leftovers for lunch for myself. But I have 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in here and a cup of water, and I'm just going to pour that in there. And it's just now about to be 5 o'clock, so this is ready, and I'm just gonna let this continue to simmer, and as it simmers it will thicken up, and we can eat it as is now, but I still have to make, of course, my sides. I'll show you once it starts to thicken up and make the gravy. I'm just gonna place the top back on there, and I've already put my, of course, my potatoes. I'm going to make sure I close that vent. Put my potatoes on. I did 7-8 minutes, like I told you, before I drained them and rinsed them really good. And they are in here cooking, and then I'll make the mashed potatoes. And I'm going to throw in some vegetables, some vegetable medley that I bought. So I had to check on my little bitty one because he was trying to get into stuff. But like I said before, let me clean my camera. That's better, somewhat better. I'm going to, I bought some vegetables, 2 bags of vegetables last week at Sam's Club. And so I'm just going to walk out to my garage, to my freezer, and grab those. My shadow. I can never escape this baby. So this is the vegetables. I just pulled those out. So I'm just gonna roast these in the oven for about 15 minutes, and we will be, I also have some more of that Cheesecake Factory bread that I bought when I went to the store the other day. My kids and my husband, we all love it. We love it. We were so happy because that's like one of the main reasons we like to go to the Cheesecake Factory, for the bread and cheesecake. They've got good dishes, but that's like our favorite thing to get, the bread with butter while you're waiting for your drinks and your food, and then of course getting dessert afterwards. So yeah, so that is our favorite thing to do when we go there. So I was so happy that I've always gotten cheesecake and ordered it on the go, and I even actually would actually order cheesecake and Cheesecake Factory bread through the Cheesecake Factory app and just pair it with whatever meal that I'm going to make. So when I discovered that Publix sold the Cheesecake Factory bread and the little rolls, I was like, oh my goodness, this is even better. Even though that like a loaf is like $1 and something, and they package it up and it's all warm and they have the butter, but I'm like, you know what? It's sometimes just convenient when I'm in the grocery store just to grab that and go. Guys, so the pot roast is ready and the gravy is thickened. Let me show you how it looks now. Look at that. So delicious. Okay, so that is done, and I'm going to, my potatoes are completely done. 8 minutes. And look how they are cooked so good. I just took them out, and all I did was just drain the liquid, and it wasn't much liquid in there. That's why I put about a half a cup in here, because I did not want it to be full of water. So if you ever try this and you try it in the Instapot and you're not exactly sure how much water to put in there, and you don't want it to be really, really watery because potatoes have a lot of moisture anyway, just do like a half a cup in there. So what I have is a cup and a half of sour cream, 2 sticks of butter, guys, look at those cream potatoes. Creamy butter. I didn't have to add a whole bunch of, and they're perfectly seasoned. So good, so good. So the potatoes are delicious. I love that yellow golden color that the Kerrygold butter gives. And then of course I love that the way the paprika stains the potatoes and make them just like an orangey color. So good. So I'm going to plate this up. On the side will be that gravy and pot roast and some vegetables and bread. Okay guys, so that is dinner for my family on a Monday. Something easy and simple, just to throw in some meat into the crock pot, throw some potatoes into the Instapot, throw some vegetables into the oven to roast, pull out some bread from the store and feed your family. That's what I do. That's what it's all about, feeding my family on a budget, something easy and simple when I'm going to be out and about, to where I don't have to feel like, oh, I've got to stay by the house because the oven is running, or whatever the case may be, or tempted to eat out because we are out and about. So that's another thing. And also using up all my resources, all the foods that I'm purchasing from these grocery stores, and feeding my large family. I will see you guys next video. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And I will see you guys next video. Bye.